Hey, everybody. I'm Hey, everyone. Welcome to the February webinar of upper cervical marketing. Today, we're going to be talking about how to grow a big practice in a small market. So for all of you that are on the call and are in small markets, we're excited to have you on. Along with me, we also have another member of our team, Tony Hook, who's our relationship development manager. And Tony is manning the control room today. And so if you have any questions during this call about anything I go over or anything related to your practice or to marketing your practice, feel free to put that right in the chat box. Tony is there and ready to serve you either during the call or after the call. He may get back to you depending on the question that you ask. Along with me and Tony, we also have a poll for you that I'm going to load right now, and this is a give us a better understanding of who's on the call and how best to help you in where you are with your practice right now. And so feel free to answer that poll at any moment here as we're going through the slides today. So I am Dr. Bill Davis. If I don't know you personally, welcome. I'm really excited to have you on the call. I am the CEO of Upper Cervical Marketing, host of the Upper Cervical Marketing podcast, public relations chair for the Upper Cervical Council and National Upper Cervical Chiropractic Association. And what we're all about is helping upper cervical get to more people throughout this world. And so let's get right into it for today. So what we have done in the past 4 years is we've helped about over 150 doctors connect with 6,500 new patients in 4 different countries, Canadian provinces, 30 different U.S. states. We've built programs in small, medium, large competitive markets and so forth. But the main focus of today's call is on small markets, and I love small markets. It's one of the areas where we've seen the most success, and it's really exciting to connect with people in these communities and get them connected to you doctors who can help them. For those of you who may not have ever listened to our Upper Cervical Marketing podcast, just wanted to point that out to you. It's another great free resource we offer. It comes out twice a month on the first and third Mondays of every month. And so if you're not connected with the podcast, you can do that by searching on iTunes. Just search for Upper Cervical. Will come up as one of the first things that pop up. Or you can just go to our website. You can listen to it on there as well. If you go to uppercervicalmarketing.com and click on the podcast link or the podcast tab at the top of the website. All right, so let's get into what we're going to talk about today. And so, when we're looking at practices, if you're going to maintain your practice, referrals are really effective for doing that. Can help maintain your practice numbers wherever you are. But if you want to grow your practice, you need to be doing some form of marketing. And what we recommend is a combination of internal and external marketing and having a variety of different things that are going. And I'm going to talk about some of the ways that we've found most effectively to market a practice in a small market specifically today. And so one of the first things you want to do when you're marketing is to determine how much money you should be spending on marketing. What is your budget? And so, you're running a business. It's important to have a budget for marketing. Good rule of thumb when it comes to business just in general is about 2 to 10% of your gross revenue. So if you're collecting $40,000 a month, you should be spending between $800 and $4,000 per month on your marketing. That being including all marketing efforts that you're doing both internally and externally. And it'll depend on, where you are in that spectrum. 800 to 4,000, if you're in a 40,000 per month practice, will depend on your goals and how aggressively you want to pursue them. These rules of thumbs are, a good place to start, but it's also important to understand that there is a difference from market to market. As we're talking about today with small markets, there is a competitiveness that is in some markets that is not in others when it comes to how many chiropractors in the area and how many other businesses may be marketing online, if you're doing online marketing or whatever type of marketing you're doing. And so if you're looking for a way to really get dialed in on this marketing budget, we do have a great resource for you. If you go to uppercervicalmarketing.com/budget calculator, you can get our marketing calculator and budget. And basically you can enter in your revenue, your collections, your monthly collections, and put in, how aggressively you want to pursue your goals, and it'll spit out a number that you should be spending on marketing to reach those goals. And so that's a great way to do it. Also has a budget in there so you can keep track of all that marketing spending. So what is a small market? And the way we define a small market is it's less than 100,000 people within a 10-mile radius of your practice. Okay, so we use Facebook is one of the tools we use to determine the size of your market. And so that's what we're looking at here is a screenshot of Facebook looking at a 10-mile radius around a particular practice. And you can see that 45,000 people are within that 10-mile radius. We all know that upper cervical doctors can draw from a lot further away. Many doctors can see patients from an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever away. But what we found is a non-referral patient who's coming from online marketing specifically, or any type of marketing efforts you're going to be doing. This is going to be the primary area where people are going to come to you. That 10-mile radius from the practice are going to be the people going to be the most motivated and the most likely to come and see you. And so, examples of small markets include places like Cedar Falls, Iowa, Bentonville, Arkansas, Montgomery, Alabama, and so forth. And, we've ran programs in tons of small markets and have had some really significant results. But these are some of the places that we're not currently running programs yet. And we've identified as really having a lot of the same characteristics of areas where we have really crushed it with online marketing in the past. And so, how do you reach people in these, in your small market? So say you have, a practice where you have 50,000 people within a 10-mile radius or 30,000 people or whatever. How do you most effectively reach those folks? And what we found is the internet is extremely effective at reaching people in small markets. And so, maybe counterintuitive, you may think that, a small market, not as many people are online, but it's just not what we found at all. I mean, it's a extremely effective way to reach people in your small market. For online marketing to work effectively, you got to have a comprehensive program. And this is something we say over and over and over. It's not just about your website. Your website is at best 10% of what you need to be successful online. The other great thing about online marketing is a cumulative approach, right? So unlike a spinal screening or a talk or anything like that, everything you do online stays out there and you continue to get the benefit of it for months, years, decades even to come. So to be successful online, this is a great quote by a guy named Pat Flynn. He says, to be successful online, you must think about what you do as building a brand. In order to build a brand, you must do what you can to be everywhere, right? And that's what we're going to talk about here is being everywhere in your small market. So we have just a small caveat to that, which is be everywhere online with a great reputation, right? So not only do you want to be everywhere online, but you want to be the go-to doctor. You want to be the doctor that everyone trusts and likes online as well. And so where do you want to be? You want to be on search engines. If people are searching for upper cervical, if people are searching for your particular technique, if they're searching for specific chronic conditions that you're focusing on in your target market, you want to be showing up in those search results. In a small market, it's a lot easier with the right strategy to do that. And so Google, Bing, Yahoo, etc. Next, you want to be in social media. Social media is extremely effective in small markets. Facebook has been phenomenal. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but Facebook is a great place to be on in a small market and have a really strong presence and really good strategy. YouTube is another area that's very effective. Pinterest, Instagram, Google+, Twitter, all of those, they're less important in small markets, but it is also good to be on those. And then social proof with video testimonials, online reviews is really important. With online reviews, a important area to focus on there is getting as many online reviews as you possibly can on Google, and then on Facebook, and then on Healthgrades, RateMDs, Yellow Pages. These are places that we've seen frequently in small markets being important. I wouldn't worry about Yelp. If Yelp is something that you're considering or you're thinking about, or you've got the Yelp rep that's calling you and wants you to advertise with them, I wouldn't I wouldn't spend the money on Yelp, especially in a small market. It just, they don't have the strength in those small markets as they do in large competitive markets. So focus on Google when you're getting your online reviews. And then also, when you're searching, if you search for your practice name, if you search for your personal name, see what review sites come up, right? If Google's gonna be the first thing that comes up, but you also want to see, is Healthgrades popping up? Is it near the top of the search results if you search for your practice name? Is Facebook, is RateMDs, is Yellow Pages? Whichever ones are the ones that are popping up the closest to the top are the ones you should focus on getting reviews on as well as Google. So, what do you need to connect with your community online and in your small market? Well, the first thing is you got to have a website. Like I said, it's only about 10% of what you need, but you do need a website. You need a mobile responsive website, which means that no matter what kind of device that someone is viewing your website on, about 50 to 60% of people will first see your site on a mobile device, a phone, a tablet, and so forth. You also want to make sure that your site has blogging capabilities. There's a lot of templates out there, chiropractic website templates and things like that, and some of them don't have the ability to blog or add content consistently, and that's really it's just not a wise use of a website. And so mobile responsiveness, blogging capabilities are two absolute essentials when it comes to websites. Next is Facebook. Small markets, you've got to really dominate and crush Facebook and have a really strong strategy there. And we'll talk more about the way to use Facebook later. A YouTube channel, again, really easy way to rank well in a variety of different things if you have a strong YouTube channel in a small market. Other social networks, like I said, not as important, but still you want a presence there. And a claimed Google listing. You want to make sure that your Google listing has been verified. And the way you can find that out is if you just search for your practice name again, search for your practice name and on Google, you should see a box come up on the right-hand side with your practice information on it. And you just want to see if it says verified in that listing. If it does not, then you want to click on that and verify that listing, so that you have control of that listing and you can respond to reviews and optimize that listing with the right information, your office hours, pictures, and so forth. Now let's talk a little bit about websites. And what we always say when it comes to websites is we want to be able to communicate who you are, what you do, and what to do next in 5 seconds or less. we design websites for doctors. It's one of the things we do, upper cervical specific websites. And it's an example of one of our doctors' sites. And as you can see from this site, everything about this is focused on who you are, what you do, and what to do next, because that's what people want to know, right? They want to connect with you personally. I'm not a big fan of stock images. I try to avoid them if we can, especially on a homepage of a website, because people want to connect with the person that they're going to see. And so the more that you can be that, they can see your face, connect with who you are. Secondly, is you want to be able to communicate what you do. This picture is a great picture to communicate that, and we've seen a lot of success with this. And what to do next is call to actions, right? We can see we've got a bunch of call to actions here. We've got a phone number, clickable phone number that someone can click on right from a mobile device, and it'll dial the number. We have a request an appointment link or button that takes someone to a consultation landing page where they can request a consultation right there. And we also have a little social proof right in here. We've got a testimonial right in that initial image as well. And so the more and more effectively you can communicate who you are, what you do, what to do next on your website, the more effective it will be. So I'm going to talk about a couple of case studies today. And the first one is this is Dr. Blake Hahn, and he's got one of the smallest markets of anyone that we've ever ran a program for. And Dr. Hahn's story is quite awesome. And he's 20 years in practice, never even had a website, which is, to me, as an online marketing guy, that's pretty amazing to me that he never had a website. But he reached out to me and talked to me about his community in Huxley, Iowa, 3,300 people in his town. And, he was like, I just want a website. And so we talked more and I just wanted to share this video with you, and hopefully you'll be able to hear it okay. If there's any issues with the audio, please comment or chat in the chat box. Okay. Let me see here.
I'm Dr. Blake Hahn from Huxley, Iowa, and I just wanted to give a few comments regarding Dr. Davis and his upper cervical marketing. We have always been a cash practice, mostly word of mouth practice, but in the last couple of years we felt like maybe we should have an internet presence. The only problem is I'm not very technologically inclined. I consider myself half Amish. And so I've always resisted doing anything online, internet, even having a, web page or anything like that. So we decided last fall that it was time to get with the modern age. So we contacted Dr. Davis, and we began a relationship of working together. I would say our website and the internet marketing has been going on since about the 1st of January, and it's been truly amazing. Not only the number of patients it's brought in, but also the type of patients. We're seeing really good quality of patients that respond great to upper cervical, patients that we've been able to help a whole bunch. And it's almost been like a super highway into our office. We probably doubled our volume in the last 3 to 4 months. And we're really at the point where we're booking almost a month in advance. That's how much demand is there. So I'm really thankful for his expertise and his team and what they do. I feel like, in our office itself, we didn't have the skills to pull this off, but it's just like hiring another staff member from afar, and they've done a great job at doing the marketing, doing everything that needs to be done. Once we provided the basic information, there's not a lot that we have to do besides following up on leads. So I really appreciate him. I highly recommend his services, and I look forward to just continuing to help more people. Thanks, Dr. Davis.
So that's, the power that we've seen with small markets is when you have the right strategy in place and you launch this program, people in your community are dying for this information, quite literally sometimes. I mean, they want help, right? Especially people that are sick and suffering. that have migraines or vertigo or fibromyalgia or TMJ or some of these chronic health conditions that there's just no answer for. They're sick and they're suffering and they need help. And so, as I said, 10% of it is the website. The rest of it is a strategy that is that 90%. And that's with Dr. Hahn in his area is Facebook has been absolutely crucial. We've seen tons and tons and tons of new patients for his office through Facebook. And that's through, because of the ads we run different types of video-based ads, link-based ads with ebooks and so forth. But also YouTube has been extremely effective as well in ranking him effectively in the search engines and so forth. And so that other 90% is key. So, as Dr. Hahn said, he's seen some tremendous results with our program. This is just some of the numbers he sent me. I said, hey, Doc, Doc, I'm going to be doing this talk on small markets. And he shot this over to me about some of the results just in, the last 90 days of his running of our program. I think he's been running our program for a little over a year, but these are some of the results. 3-month period, 39 out of 43 signed care plans, so a 90% close ratio. Average care plan $1,800 a month, or $1,800. 39 care plans, that's $70,200 of revenue for the practice, and that's for an investment with a new website, whiteboard video, 3 months of online marketing services, about $4,000. And so he's looking at a return on investment right now about 18-1, which, if for any of you that are familiar with marketing or doing anything, if you can spend $1 and get 18 back, most people would do that all day long. And so that's one of the things that gets us really excited about small markets, is we've seen tremendous return on investment in those areas for a lot of our doctors. And so, as I mentioned earlier, Facebook has been crucial for Dr. Hahn and a lot of our doctors in small markets. And the reason why that is because in a small market, you tend to have less competition on Facebook, meaning fewer advertisers. In a big market, Los Angeles, New York City, Chicago, San Francisco, so forth, there are tons of people that are trying to talk to, essentially connect with the people that are on Facebook that you want to connect with as a doctor. And because of that you have to get in line, and you have to wait your turn, so to speak, and you don't get as much reach on your advertisements as you do in a smaller market where there's just less advertisers. And so because of that, when we put together a really solid strategy to reach these folks, we tend to get more leads, more targeted leads, and more new patients for doctors because of just the less advertisers just in general. And so that's one of the cool things about Facebook in small markets. And with the ads, Facebook ads, there's all kinds of different ads you can run with Facebook now, from image-based ads with big picture with a link that you can click on and take you to a landing page. Video ads, like we talked about, video testimonial ads is really, really effective. Boosting posts, taking specific posts and boosting those, different kind of video ads, again, we've seen great success with. Lead ads, another type of ad. They have messenger ads now. Retargeting ads, another way that we have used Facebook effectively to take someone who is engaged with you in some way, gone to a landing page or gone to your website, and then showing them an ad next time they're on there that is specific to the condition that they're struggling with. So lots and lots of options with Facebook ads. Facebook Live is another really cool thing that we're seeing with really all of our doctors, but especially in small markets, is Facebook is rewarding the use of video, especially live video, meaning that they are showing those videos to more people who are on Facebook, and you can live stream up to 90 minutes. And so this is a great way to get more reach from your healthcare classes. If you're doing a healthcare class in the office, or you're doing community workshops. This is a way that you can integrate your internal marketing with your external marketing very effectively. And so, the way you do it is just get a tripod and set up an iPad or a phone and click that Facebook Live button to go live, and then start your class. And so now everyone that logs on to Facebook during that time who is already connected to your page, they're going to get a notification that you're live, and they're also going to see you pop up right in their news feed right at the top. And so a great way to utilize Facebook to connect with more people on something you're already doing. So here's another example of a small market. This is Dr. Jeff Besso in Stowe, Ohio. Small market again, with not a lot of folks in around his immediate practice, but just has seen some tremendous success and some really exciting things when it comes to a shift in his culture. And this is one of the cool things about this is if you're attracting these types of patients, you're really going to see a different type of feel for your practice. And so I want to have him, he's going to explain it better than I can here. So
Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Besso with the Besso Clinic in Stowe, Ohio. And I just wanted to drop a quick success story for the upper cervical marketing program and Dr. Bill Davis. And the impact has been even bigger than I would have imagined for our practice and for me personally. And so just love to share. So you may already be a bit familiar with what they're offering, but to help you put together ebooks on specific conditions and really help market to a certain radius around your practice. And ultimately, what they're doing is helping you have more people come in that really need you and the patients that you really want to see. And I think that's one of the biggest impact that this has had on our practice and me is that we started to see a culture change in the practice. I've been in practice for 10 years, and really I think you can start to get in a little bit of a rut or into a groove of just you're seeing a lot of wellness patients. These people are referring in friends and family, which is great, but we started to see a smaller and smaller percentage over time of the patients that had some of the really difficult problems. We're still seeing some and frankly a fair amount, but I wasn't filling my day as much with the patients that I really wanted to fill them with, the people that had been trying everything else and nothing else was working. And now we're seeing that. We're seeing so many people with fibromyalgia, vertigo, migraines, post-concussion problems, and now seeing them get results and referring people. And so even if your practice is already just moving along, humming along nicely, but you're wanting to sort of reboot a little bit and refocus and you start to make an impact on some of these people that are really looking for answers that may never find answers, I encourage you to talk to Bill. We've seen in a few months, I think it's 365 people fill out the ebook. About 15% or 20% of them have requested consults, and then about 10%, so over 30 people have come in as new patients. And like I said, they've been referring others and getting well. And that's what it's all about, and just helping us make a bigger impact on our area. And so I encourage you to talk to Bill to find out more, and certainly reach out to me if you'd like to talk to me more at any time as well. Have a blessed day.
Awesome. So yeah, so that's another thing that we've seen with an online marketing program in a small market is connecting with specific people who are sick and suffering, who don't know that you even exist, right? And they may never know, right? If they're not connected with someone who's an existing patient in your practice, or even if they are, they may not come in unless they connect with you through the internet. And so having folks that have these chronic health conditions with vertigo or migraines, fibromyalgia, or sciatica, or these types of conditions that we focus on in our marketing has really been effective at helping doctors who want to connect with these types of patients and really have that consistent new patients who are seeing, who you're seeing who really need you. And that's the cool thing about it. And so moving on to, some other things that you can do online in small markets that are effective along with Facebook is YouTube. As I mentioned, a YouTube business page, it's really, like I said, an essential. You want to have this. And what are you going to put on there? You're going to put as a video testimonials. I said video testimonials you want to have on Facebook, you want to have on YouTube, you want to have on your website. Another thing that we've seen really great success with is whiteboard videos. And I'm going to show you that in a sec. Doctor videos where you're talking about your story, why you got into upper cervical, that's a really good way to fill up your YouTube page. And content videos. We use a lot of video blog posts that are very effective as well. And so whiteboard videos, many of our doctors in small markets and other places as well have used whiteboard videos very effectively. It's a great way to get more phone calls, get more people who are calling the office and telling them that they want to find out more about upper cervical. I'm not going to show you this whole thing. We do have examples on our website if you want to check out and look at more of our whiteboard videos, but just give you an idea of kind of what it is all about.
Dr. Nathan Bonio of Upper Cervical Care Edwardsville in Edwardsville, Illinois, specializes in a rapidly growing form of healthcare known as upper cervical care. This gentle, precise, and effective type of care restores balance to the spine because it focuses on the intricate relationship between the alignment of the top two bones in the neck and the function of the brain and spinal cord. While the primary focus is on the neck, the effect of the correction influences the whole spine and all body systems. When the spine becomes sufficiently misaligned, it's
so pretty cool. I love these whiteboard videos. They're a great way to communicate upper cervical, and in a couple of minutes. It's a great thing to use both on on Facebook, on YouTube, on your website. You can use it in office. You can use it in your waiting room. Just a lot of great ways to use this. And patients love these. Patients love to share this with their friends. It's a great referral tool. So whiteboard videos is a great another great piece of marketing collateral that you can get. Along with Facebook and YouTube and your website, some other social networks out there that we've seen some success with getting new patients in the door is Pinterest, Instagram, Google+, Twitter. These are, I would say, more important in larger markets, but even in a small market, you still want to be on these and have some consistent content going on to those networks. And so Pinterest and Instagram specifically are very image-based social networks. So you want to make sure you have very eye-catching images like this one that can connect with people. And what it really comes down to is you want all roads to lead to your office. There's that old expression, all roads lead to Rome, right? And in online marketing, you want to be everywhere online. You want all roads to lead to your office. And this can be difficult. It can be time consuming. It can be something that you may not have time to do. If you're brand new in practice and you're only seeing a few patients a week or something, you might have time to do this yourself. You're going to need to learn how to do it. You're going to have to apply the energy there rather than energy on seeing your patients. But for the majority of doctors, you just don't have the time, the energy, or the know-how to get this done effectively. And that's where we come in, and that's how we can help you. And so when we're looking at building a system to be everywhere online, like I said, you got two options. You can do it yourself, or you can have someone do it for you. This is all we do, right? All we do is help upper cervical doctors like you build these types of systems, build this net to catch people that are all over in your area, don't know you exist, and connect those people with you. We are the bridge to help them come in to your practice. And so just a little idea of what's included with our program. We have a specific small market program that we've seen just tremendous success with. The ones, both of the examples I gave you today, they're running the small market program. What's included, it really a ton. A lot is included with our Facebook ads and our review generator, help you to automatically generate reviews online, creating videos for you consistently, listing on our upper cervical awareness community website, blog posting, guest blog posting, daily social media posts, landing pages, free reports, email campaigns. All of this is included and done for you. It's the great thing about it is, when you bring us on, it's like bringing on someone that has a ton of experience and really understands how to do all this, and you don't have to. And then there's more and more and more stuff that's included. We got video testimonial optimization promotion, our monthly email newsletters, search engine optimization to rank you high in search results. And then really, it comes down to us being connected with you, helping you in every way in all aspects of this, and taking this over as your online marketing department. And so, if all of this makes sense to you, if it's something that you think, I need to look into and more in my area, you're in one of these small markets like we've talked about, that we've described, you want to find out more, we've put an offer up on the screen there for you to be able to click on and get this market analysis and blueprint that we offer. Tony is our relationship development manager, and he would love to talk with you and do an analysis of your market specifically, evaluate your assets and review your challenges. Check out your website as if you were a potential patient. We're going to give you that full breakdown and analysis and blueprint of what to do, how we would be effective in your area, the steps we would take. And you can either choose, at that point and say, hey, I want to try to do this myself, or you can say, you guys are the experts. Let us do it for you. And so a couple things, we do have two little criteria. The first one is you need to be the owner of the practice. So we want to talk to you if you're an owner of an upper cervical practice. And we do charge $100 real person refundable deposit, right? So to book the appointment, to book the analysis and blueprint, for us to do all that work to really analyze your market, we charge you $100. And then if you choose to move forward with us and you want us to do your marketing for you, we apply that to your first month. If you don't, and you want to do it yourself, we'll refund that deposit to you. Bottom line is, we'll analyze your market, and we'll tell you what it's going to take to be successful there. After that, it's your choice what you want to do with that information. But we're excited to talk with you, and feel free to click on that and pick up that market analysis and blueprint on the screen right now. And I hope that this webinar today has been a great use of your time. Hope you learned a bunch, and I'm hoping it's really, like I say on our podcasts all the time and everywhere else, it's time to take upper cervical to the world, and we're here to help you do that. And so feel free to reply to us through the chat box if you have any other questions, or email us. You can email Tony at uppercervicalmarketing.com, Tony at uppercervicalmarketing.com, and he can answer your questions as well. Thank you guys for your time. Appreciate you. Love Upper Cervical. Love what you guys are doing for your communities, and we love that we get to be a part of it. Thank you.